So busy this morning. Okay. All right. I don't look as cool with my spiky hair. All right, but all good. Welcome to week 18 of 2025. It is May 2025, guys. We survived April. I got some great reviews of April and nice macro studies. And we've been on this S&P 500 rip for the last 7 straight days of gains. And I got some good analytics on we've only done this 12 times apparently, and we might be overdue for a pullback, and we got some great numbers to back that up. So we'll go over that in just a bit. Per the usual, we will look at AAII sentiment data from the American Association of Individual Investors, and I don't recall who the next speaker is, unless Kurt happens to know.
I don't.
No,
Sorry.
okay. Any word on the street for the Los Altos Community Center? I haven't.
Uh, Basically, it'll be midsummer.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
It's not one of those meetings.
Very cool. And yes, we have some great local workshops coming up in July. This is a nice 2 day thing, more beginner and intermediate focused. But yeah, this would be really cool. I should make a note to talk to Dennis to maybe email this out and then let folks know that, you know, leadership will be there. I mean, I'll be there. Eversley will be there. Kurt, I hope. And we'll drag Dennis out or something. Yeah. Also, I'll make a note.
Yeah.
SVOG email.
Yeah, I posted it in PJ's
Oh,
Slack
perfect.
channel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we still need to revisit with PJ on migration to Discord. I need to talk to him about that. Okay. SVOG email for SWOG events. Okay, excellent. And I still don't have keys to the MailChimp email blaster. I need to get the keys to that. And Dennis isn't updating a website like he should be. I know he's doing a lot of things. I just need the help. But I need keys to the castle.
Go to John Chernicky. I think John's doing most of that work.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ask John for MailChimp. Okay. And then okay. And then PJ, we got to talk Discord. Okay, all right. Oh God, more homework. Oh my God. SVOG is
Warren, add another one there.
oh no.
Massi,
Oh,
Massi is looking for folks to help assess the projects of his students in his class now. So
more
you,
CFA judges. Okay.
yeah, you and other folks here, you guys are qualified to do that.
Okay, excellent. I still have notes on your presentation, Adolfo. You were a little disappointing. You kind of cheesed through that assignment.
But I'm still making a few bucks a day.
Oh, you're making money. I know you're a bright guy, but for that assignment, you didn't go all the way. That's okay. I respect C minus work. It's okay. It is what it is.
Well, C minus, I thought it was a D, man. Thank you.
Okay, no worries. Okay. All right. Back to business. We'll talk idiots of the week in just a second. And again, our favorite technical pattern is portfolio gone. So always a good time. All right. So we'll look at it in just a second. And for the new folks, please start here if you don't know where to go. We got some nice trading rules and anti-trading rules in case you need to know how to blow up your account a little bit faster. All right. All right, excellent. We'll look at index overview in just a bit, and the numbers look really good so far and very promising today. And all of the intelligence tiers between smart money and dumb money are playing out very nicely today. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. And we'll look at the fear and greed index, which is all over the place. And with the latest monster tech earnings, is this better or worse for market breadth? Like, we will let the audience and judges decide. So again, one of the keywords I want us to focus on is single stock fragility, because that produces a lot of exposure for binary outcomes. And you kind of need to know where your portfolio is in that spectrum of, diversification or single stock fragility. And to me, diversification isn't another stock. It's another asset class outside of stocks that's non-correlated, right? I mean, listen, the gold guy is right for once. I've been wrong for a long time on gold, but not this year. All right, cool. But yes, we can finally retire another almanac reading. It depresses me every week to recite this, but yes, we'll pull up June and July after this in real time. All right, cool. But hopefully Ross is making his way here. But shout out to Ross for our post-election SPX seasonality. And we are now right into May. So yeah, we're right on schedule. It's been a big May. April, I guess, finished well. And we'll look at post-Liberation Day theatrics. All right, good times. And we'll take a look at sector rotation. I do need to retire the access. I need to fix that. I forgot about that. Okay, but yes, we'll take a look at the latest in earnings. We got lost weight drugs. We'll take a look at Meta and Microsoft, obviously, and then yeah, we got some fun Nvidia comments too that we'll look at in the tech section. But yeah, we'll look at what the retail fish is trading. This is from last week. We'll do that live in just a bit, and then pivoting to our core macro news cycle. Again, I left a lot of the relevant images from our collection of screenshots. And I just want to keep everyone safe that, hey, this might be the suckers rally, so be very careful. We are nowhere near out of the bushes at all. Uncertainty is still the word of the day. So, yeah, this is uncharted territory for everybody. Don't let anyone pretend that they know what's really happening. There's many wild jokers in the pot now. All right, cool. Maybe we can retire the March summary here. All right, cool. Here's our leftovers from our tariff conversations, and let's see. Yeah, I got some great macro news. We'll take a look at the Bank of Japan, and again, Japan has been funding our Nasdaq success with the carry trade, and since that's breaking quickly, we'll take a look. And then shout out to Faraz talking euro and Japanese yen a lot in the Discord. I saw the threads, but I didn't have time to join in the conversation. But yeah, we'll take a look at those macro charts and we'll look at the euro and yen setups potentially. And even for option traders, we can still pick up some exposure with like EYJ and stuff. So I'll show you guys that in just a second. And then I got some other more macro charts to show you guys how we're due for a big red day coming up. And VIX right now is 24. You're gonna see that spike above 30 in the very near future. So I'll show you what the future money guys have been doing with picking up their hedges. So yeah, got some great charts there on pullback action, and we'll take a look at that. And then here's a nice April summary with Liberation Day in mind. And if you slept through April, you would kind of look back and be like, hey, nothing happened. I'm a little bit richer, and that's it. But if you were trading the first 2 weeks, it was just a roller coaster every single day. All right, cool. Pivoting to Black Swans, we do finally have an update. We got some Spanish power outage, and I've been digging into this a little bit, and I saw all kinds of shenanigans. The rabbit tunnel goes a little dark, a little deep on this one. And historically, I'm a little bit concerned because I remember Western civilization failing in medieval Europe, and it started with Spain getting invaded by North Africa. I know it's a different situation, but with the Muslim invasion of Europe, that's been underway since Rotterdam in the 70s and whatnot. I'm a little concerned from a historical context. I mean, for me, like Warren looks back at like historical epochs to me, real history relative to me as an American with the Constitution of mind, real history starts in 1215 with the Magna Carta. And then you look forward from there, past all the divine rule of kings and all that garbage. But yeah. So from a political spectrum, this is maybe a foreshadowing moment. So we will keep our eye on this. All right, pivoting to theaters of war, all kinds of fun stuff here. We finally have a Ukrainian update. There's been a lot of shuffling back and forth on the fine print for this bullshit mineral deals signing. And most of the land in question is dominated by Russian tanks and artillery on the east side. I don't know how this is going to work. This is just another fugazi to move more weapons under the guise of peace. Like I know who started the Red Cross, and it wasn't for moving gauzes and cotton bandages. It was moving guns to both sides. Like if you know, look up the diabolical history of the Red Cross. Like that's why I do not donate blood there. But yeah, or not no longer donate blood there once I finish reading The Creature from Jekyll Island, which explains the origin of the Red Cross. Okay, but yeah, we'll take a look at this briefly. Not really tradable, but we should know about this. Ukraine is kind of becoming this era's Vietnam, and then wait till Korea and Taiwan spins up to do more war profiteering. All right, pivoting to bankster and currency news, we will definitely look at the. It's not really a dollar surge. I mean, a one-handle move and people are flipping. It's just noise. But we'll look at the longer trends, and we have some good charts here. Oh, my article got cut off here. There's this one fund manager who's like 95% cash. What's his name? Mark Mobius or something? I don't know who he is, but looks like I got cut off the article. I'll fix that in just a bit. But yeah, don't have to read the article. I thought it was a good reminder that cash is king. All right, pivoting to domestic news. We'll look at XRT again. I'm trying to make each sector a little bit more user friendly from a tradability standpoint. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in just a second. And yeah, we have some improved pharmacological profits since 2020. No surprises there. Definitely COVID helps sell that for sure. And then pivoting to the Pentagon, we have some new funding for the Golden Dome, shipbuilding, border security, and the F-47. So yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I happened to look up like XR-71 Blackbird stuff last week, and I didn't know there's a son in the making. Skunkworks lives again. The son of Blackbird, SR-72. It'll be flying already, if not, and it'll be in service in the 2030s. So kind of crazy. And I mean, the SR-71 is 1950s technology, right? Made by guys with paper or pencil and slide rules. That's just incredible. And considering that when the SR-71 was retiring, on the way to the museum, it was setting speed records. I think it set like four of them at the time. It's just an incredible one. And if you've never seen an SR-71 Blackbird up close, do we still have one at Moffett Field? The next closest one I saw was in Turlock. There's one giant one over there. Uh, but yeah, amazing history for this plane. But yeah, we don't have time for that. Really fun. All right.
But the interesting thing to me is that we put all this money on these projects now for new planes. But did you see how Russia attacked Kiev? They just flew drones there. They flew these fast drones and they exploded the drones on top of the city, you know? So yeah, I'm not sure we are putting the money on the right place if people are all using drones to attack each other remotely, you know? But anyway.
The U.S. war industry doesn't want to play that game. They don't. There's no money in drones.
Uh, yeah,
They can't steal enough.
excellent point, Adolfo. I didn't put this in our notes, but I did see this week. The Dutch king, he's kind of a soft Russian. Oh, sorry, he's a NATO shill, so he's gonna fight Russia and the Scandinavian countries and Russian satellite like they have. There's always been beefing for a long time, like since World War II. But yeah, this guy wants more drones too. But
Well,
yeah,
it's the wave of the future. You can't have a $50 million thing everywhere that can be blown up by a few $1,000s.
fair. Yeah, it's asymmetrical warfare. So, I mean, attacking infrastructure and targets is one thing. You still need boots on the ground and men with rifles to seize locations and to hold them. So there's no replacement for what is it? Mobilized infantry and combined arms. But yeah. Definitely drone development is intense though. I mean, hell, there's drone carriers out there. Yeah. Okay. Good times. What other fun updates in California? The California child sex trafficking bill has moved forward with the removal that it's no longer a felony to purchase 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds. And then this motion actually passed the legislature. If you can read between the lines, this should horrify you, you know. Um, what is Mr. Pelosi doing? I don't know. Hopefully he's not running around with a hammer. But yes. And then known commie agent Elon Musk no longer working in the White House, as reported by Miss Badass Chief of Staff, Miss Susie Wiles. Wow, she must be busy as hell every day, keeping up with Trump. And I do look at what Trump's doing before I enter trades. Like, where is he in the world? I just need to know. Hopefully, he's not on U.S. soil, so my portfolio's a little safer. But yeah, he's been swearing in ambassadors every day, so I have been noticing that. Okay, good times. Back to our notes. My dad's in trucking, so this is a little close to home. But yeah, I took a look at like trucking forums and whatnot, and I got some interesting anecdotes to report here. And there's been a lot of bizarre activity in the secondary trucking market. Like, can we call it subprime used trucking loans for wannabe owner operators? And it's been imploding. And we'll take a look at that overage leverage play. And UPS laid off 20,000 workers. And we talked about this a year ago, where whatchamacallit, their union raised rates to what, over 100K, 120K if you guys remember this, like 2 years ago. And now that the unions have plundered everything and business economics going south, UPS lays off 20,000. Yeah, game over. And then speaking of more consumer sentiment news adjacent to shipping volumes, Sour Patch Kids, Oreos, and Ritz demand is sliding across America. And yeah, people have to trade down their snacks. And nothing like overweight Americans anyway, right? So yeah. All right, pivoting to real estate news. Not much here this week at the moment, but we will look at the home builders ETF of ITB and see where we are there. And then pivoting to tech news, we do have some developments here. And let's see. We do finally have an update to this meme with DeepSeek. And we have Alibaba's newest, latest model to take a look at. So we'll look at that comparison. We do have some performance benchmarking. And Mr. Jansen Wong is sounding more and more like a war profiteer when he's talking about foreign relations and cozying up to China. He's not preserving his Taiwanese heritage politically very well. Seems like any way the wind blows, he'll be there if he can sell chips and make a buck. So not thrilled with him, but since when have trillionaire tech CEOs been actual good guys? Yeah. Okay. Next topic: jobs and labor unions. Not much news here, but we do have some claims. Sorry, some spiked jobless claims. So that's always good. And also, as a barometer and tradable entity for labor news, I thought we should put Rick's Cabaret headquarters in Dallas here because there's nothing like a recessional indicator like the State of the Union from a stripper's perspective. And as you can see, there are recessional fears, and unbalanced volume is not good. The flight to safety with strippers has ended. Okay. International news. And then adding a tradable ticker here, I added EEM. So this is emerging markets. So a nice basket of international stocks or international countries, as it were. And this will benefit from the weaker dollar and the growth of international markets, especially. I mean, BRICS isn't really here, but over time, you'll see, cascading effects off of that. improve, the emerging markets. So, I mean, what are the big emerging markets, right? Clearly Brazil, right? We got Adolfo here. That's a $1 billion population that's up and coming in South America. That's undeniable. Indonesia, also undeniable, right? The largest Muslim population as well, and most of them are ethnic Chinese. And uh, with the term moderate Muslim and Indonesians do not end up in the same sentence often enough. But from my kind of religious scholar perspective, I would only classify the Indonesians as actual moderate Muslims. Everyone else is a little scary. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, sorry, Warren, just a quick note here. EWZ and other emerging markets, I think, will be bullish for the next few or several months at least, because I think China is solidifying all China is modifying all their trade deals and making more agreements with these countries like Brazil and others, So for whoever is trading emerging markets, I think for the most part they will be bullish for the next 6 months or so, my guess.
Oh yeah, and there's the deep blue water ports that China's constructing there. Is it Argentina or Brazil? I forgot. The really big one.
I actually don't know. It might be Brazil, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, blue water port. Because this changes the sea lanes for worrying about the Panama Canal and whatever. Let me see. South America, okay, Chinese ports, South America. But I don't think China can finish this project. I agree this is a valid thing to fight the American empire, but I don't think they can capitalize on this because China's dying.
We'll also take a look at that building that just fell down in Thailand.
Yeah. Tofu construction to the T. And then a major bridge in Beijing just crashed a week ago. Like in Beijing, like where there's actual federal eyeballs and still stuff is still happening. But yeah. Yes, here's the Peru megaport. Yeah, it wasn't Argentina, it was Peru. Here we go. I'll drop this link in the chat. Very important development. But I don't think they'll be able to finish this. And Xi Jinping is on very thin ice, and we'll talk about that in our China section. Okay, back to macro. But yes, thank you, Adolfo. Good shout out here. Here I just put up the EWZ chart here, and it's looking very bullish. So yeah, definitely a valid point here. All right, very cool. Okay. And then I love this title from the post tariff, sharply binary geopolitical outcomes ahead. And China caved, by the way. They've been desperate and sending peaceful trade delegations to Washington like crazy. And I'll show you guys footage in just a bit. And they politely asked American reporters to delete the photo. And it's just ironic that the commies want to preserve their privacy in these cloak and dagger trade deals. But yeah. More fun international news. Australia is going to become like Canada. It's going to be Indian. It's kind of wild. But yeah, interesting stats. We'll take a look. It's kind of intense. And yeah. Okay. Oil news. I didn't know, but we've never talked about it. But there's oil volatility, and it's OVX. So I thought we should take a look at that, and I put that here. So good times, and we got our oil experts. We got Dave and Kurt here, so would be happy to talk there. And Venezuela is doing the Indian thing of being a happy middleman for moving contraband oil. So the Indians were moving Russian oil, and now Venezuela is moving Chinese oil. Sorry, I mean China needs that Venezuelan oil. So yeah, all kinds of shenanigans. And then the royal house of Saudi is like, eh, let's make everyone suffer a little bit longer. We can handle it. We got some savings left. They're doing all these crazy moves from the Four Seasons penthouses, I'm sure. All right. Precious metals. Looks like we're definitely taking profits, and China put in a big sell order. And I think this is more. This is not the plan. I think this is a solvency crisis that's actually brewing, because we've seen their shadow banking system implode. Years ago, 2 and 3 years ago. I mean, don't forget, we reported here first at SVOG Trader Talk, October 2022. Tanks were deployed to stop bank withdrawals for the more countryside banks. They were already failing. So
22. That's so long ago.
yeah, yeah, 20, yeah, yeah, bank runs with tanks.
Well,
China.
I remember that. I'm
Yeah,
making
yeah,
it's three
yeah.
years ago. It's not a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. PLA, tanks for taking it. Like, ah, Warren talks a lot of shit, but Warren always has footnotes. You do not want to debate Warren. He's done more homework. All right, but yeah, intense. But yeah, we'll take a look at the overall metrics. But then I have a counterpoint article on still central bank net purchases are still skyrocketing. And Chinese accounting fiascos aside, I still think what is it? Citibank or Bank of America raised the target to 4,500, and now slowly all the analysts are upgrading Newmont Gold, Barrick Gold with buy ratings and stuff and then the thing about that, as Peter Schiff teaches us, gold today is what? 32.15, right? But these gold mining companies are priced for 1900 gold, 2000 gold. And their unit cost economics are still, under 1500 per ounce from a production standpoint. So, in a way, the gold underneath the ground is cheaper than the gold above the ground. So that's why if you have limited funds, and I was trying to explain this in my commodities presentation, and thinking back to it, be having a fever, I didn't quite say it the right way, but if you had say $5,000, gold is already 3,000 something. You can only get like an ounce and a half of gold, but you can get a lot of shares of, Newmont Mining, Barrick Gold, or any of the silver miners if you want to even up the ante. So from a pure profit potential, you just have more units available for capital gains appreciation with the miners. So that's the alternative play, and it's so undervalued now that people will dive into gold miners at some point, and I'm just waiting. But yeah, cool. So take a look at China, and I'm still waiting for my Alibaba shorts to pick up. And it seems like the Bank of China just will not let the market free float correctly. Come on, Warren, you should have known better, right? Like the Chinese would play fair. Okay, it's okay. But yes, I found a shocking footage or screenshot, and this is a great little video from Chinese Observer. And this is okay, this is the state of the box lunch in China. It's so depressed. People are so poor, and domestic consumption is so bad that they're selling like rice with one stinking vegetable for 3 RMB. That's like what, 40 cents. And then nobody wanted it. And they got to discount it to 210 at the end of the day. And people, buy this out. It is insane. And other stats, 500 million Chinese nationals have never had coffee. 900 million have never flown on an airplane. And it's hard to explain that impoverishment. But I've been in China, I've lived there, I've visited my like most of my life. And I've seen China go from chamber pots to indoor plumbing to westernized indoor plumbing. Because Asian indoor plumbing for toilets is not what you expect. It's the squat toilet. It's different. So yeah, there was that transitional step in bathroom etiquette. But yeah, it's just intense. And um, Li Ka-shek, the former premier that got assassinated, he was the most Western friendly major Chinese political figure, and he was the one that leaked that the average Chinese national lives on less than 150 US a month. And the vast majority of China, makes less than 2,000 RMB a month. What is that? 350 US? It's just the poverty in China is hard to explain, and the Chinese government has never been honest about it. And that's why people are already starving to death in the streets. It's very underreported, but there's riots, and you're going to see mass graves by late summer. and you might see a 1989 style revolt because people really don't have options out there. But yeah, all kinds of insanity there. We're running out of Chinese raw inputs. Chinese are running out of US raw inputs. Their whole molding and plastic industry is dependent on US reactants, and we're not selling it to them anymore. And we're shooting each other in the foot, and we're calling it a net win. Trump's bragging about his $12 billion in tariff gains, and I'm like, at what cost was $12 billion for both sides? Like, I know we had to like curtail China's like dumping and shit, but I don't know if even I would have done it this way. But yeah.
We should take that conversation offline because
Yeah, 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 yeah.
it's a big deal. And the Chinese people really are being crushed. I have changed sides. I don't want to crush them anymore. I told you
Yeah,
guys that 3 weeks ago.
yeah. A lot the Chinese nationals, they're just as stuck there as the North Koreans. And not everyone can make it across the Rio Grande River into San Diego. Um,
The new mill site says that you go to jail forever.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so that's the highlight reel. That took what, half an hour? All right, let's see. Where's the market? Okay, sideways. All right, cool. Um, all right, cool. Let's do our deep dive. Let's see. Oh, we've got some who just popped in. Oh, welcome, KS. Let me drop the session notes for you.
So how about this? Does anybody have a really important thing they want to talk about before we spend a bunch of time talking about put call ratios?
Oh my God. Oh,
Okay, it was just the thought.
just Dave's bored. Mr. ADD. Okay, all good. Um,
It's a lot of topics right now.
it is, it
Talking
is,
about
it
put
is.
calls that's not anywhere near my top.
I know, I know, I know. All right, all right.
Susie Wiles' blog is more interesting.
All right, all right. We got to pull up. I think it's up. Yeah, here we go. Can you let me know where you think the S&P 500 will go by next Thursday? So I would love to know your week prognostication going forward. All right, and while you're taking a look at that, here's AAII, and they're a little bit more nervous, as they should be. And let's see, question of the week was, how do you expect market volatility to change over the next 6 months? Remain about the same? Are you crazy? And the short answer is yes. This group is very crazy. Moderately increase. Uh-huh. Significantly increase. Yeah, no shit. Moderately decrease. What are you smoking? 20% significantly decrease. How can a quarter of the membership think the market will stabilize? Have they not heard stagflation? Maybe they're not following Peter's shift like I am. Okay.
But nobody's paying attention to that. All they watch is the chart. The chart is no longer going to 3,000.
But yes, and our group says vast 100% sideways. Okay, I think that's a very safe bet. All right, yeah, 100% sideways. All right, thank you guys. Okay. We have sane money managers on today's call. All right. Again, SVOG, we got Swab workshop coming up. KS, I think you're not local, right? But there's some nice upcoming live stuff from the Swab team. That's actually really cool in case you missed our beginning. So they have some nice upcoming kind of bite-sized sessions. So if you're using Swab, it's very helpful. And there was some recent cool stuff that Flav shared with us. So yeah, check it out. And you might see these guys live at some point. All right, cool. And Idiot of the Week, we'll do this live in real time and check out our top two losers. And let's see. Da, 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 da. This should be fun. Okay. Lost all my money today, 15,000. I am capitulating due to the tariff war. Ain't a loss till I sell it, right? I don't feel too good. 33K down. Should I hold or should I sell? Tripling down on puts. Oh my God, this guy died. Oh, he got caught in the 7-day SPX rally, tripling down. He got wiped out. All right, we definitely probably have to look at this one. Isn't the first one always free? Someone visited a drug dealer at some point. Um, let's see. Zero DTE puts gone wrong. Oh, wow. That's epic. Yeah. I'm curious on this one. I'll take a look. Okay, so those are our two losers. Very promising. So let's see. First one. Good screen name. Whoa, no. Okay. I'm up 14K from the terrorist trade, so this is house money, but fuck me. This market is rigged. First time into the casino, obviously. All right, I'm officially out. I went from positive 14K to negative 2K in less than a week. I still have 210 May 16 puts currently down 935, which will likely be another 1235 loss on top. What a terrible, absurd week of pumping. Okay, it's pumping when you're on the wrong side of the trade, but it's you're up when you guess right. It's like, okay. And top comment is why would you do such short expiration windows? Someone said greed, but the correct answer is cheap. And that's why we sell options to these knuckleheads. And which interface is this? I don't, it's definitely nothing I use. Does anyone recognize this? Uh, yeah, I don't know. Okay. And let's take a look at who this person is as a person. What else do they post? He is a soft academic lefty, it looks like. A little bit of a bogglehead. So these are the buy and hold ETF guys. They call them boggleheads. I thought I joined. Okay. What else is he like? Um, yeah, not the brightest kid in the MBAs. Oh, so he's an academic. Okay, this is just a dumb, maybe a management consulting idiot. I don't know. But he does hang out with MBA kids, which is red flag number one. Okay, yeah, moving on. Okay, whatever, loser. Our second idiot of the week. All right, what is this? Oh, wow. Wait, SPXW. What is that again? I don't think I've traded this. Wait, what is it? What is the W? Oh, it's just a weekly? Wait, what? Hold on, let me go to my big chart. What is SPXW?
I think it's an ETF, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the equal weighted SPX.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You can trade that?
No, all of the stuff we do is SPXW, the
Right.
option symbol.
Okay.
Only the monthly is actually SPX, but if you look at the option Oprah symbol, it has a W in it. All the dailies have a W.
Oh, okay, so that's just
So because it's on the 29th, which was Tuesday, only the once a month has actually SPX, no W. You know the AM weird expiration that happens
oh,
once a month? That's the true SPX.
okay.
And
So
then they put a W when they became weeklies and they became dailies, but they kept the W.
okay, so it's just a notational thing. Okay, understood.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's the daily, see 29th.
Yeah. Okay. So this guy obviously is not doing the right TA. He's not understanding it's a rally, and yeah, even I noticed. And I'm the resident contrarian bearish trader, and even I was trading the upside. Like I don't know what everyone else is doing, but trade what you see, don't trade what you want. And that's the humility aspect as a trader that you only get from experience. But yeah, this whole sub is apocalyptically bearish. It is true. All right. And let's see what else this guy did. And notice he bought options, right? If he was selling them and he was safely out of the way, he could have actually survived this. But yeah. Let's see. He's a founding member of Wall Street Bets with YOLOs from 2021 on GameStop. And okay, so he's a veteran retard, excuse me. He had a field promotion somewhere. And yeah, he's just been going hard. Uh-oh. Is this what the hell is this? Not good, not good. Okay. Um, what else? All right. He's just an idiot. Okay, whatever. Plays weird computer games and masturbates to hand-drawn animations. All right, whatever the fuck you do, man. Leave us out of it. All right, so those are losers of the week. Portfolio gone mofos. All right, let's get to as Dave calls it, the diatribe on put call ratios. That's awesome. All right, let me grab our beloved charts down here. All right, cool. Whoops, 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 whoops. Come on. Come on. Resize correctly. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, here we go. All right. How is my position, by the way? Oh, I'm okay. All right. Okay. We just need yeah, this side's fine. It's not that extreme. Okay, we're gonna go through our four indexes. We'll go from smart money on the future side to the big boy option contrast of the 1256 family, and then to the retail side, right? SPY, the Qs, IWM, and the diamonds. All right. So let's start with smart money on the S&P 500 with ES. All right, let's look at momentum first. We are nature is healing, I guess. We're making a beginning of a cup and handle. We'll see what happens, but that's at least on the momentum side. And put call ratio is 2.24. So it's a relatively very green day, and the market's picking up more hedges, and they've been picking up hedges for 7 straight days. They have to cash in on some point. So yeah, for the actual day-to-day operations, if you want to really gauge today's sentiment, you can't look at the ES. You have to look at SPX. And fair value is 1.3. So we're at 1.26. We're very safe. So you probably won't see, bigger swings on zero DTE plus or minus, 2 or 3% overall. Um and we're already at what up 2% for today or on S&P or 1% for S&P, so we'll probably stay nice and channel bound for today's zero TTE stuff. Okay, let's look at SPY retail side. This should be has some pronounced optimism. 1.088. So yeah, no kidding right there. And yeah, retail is buying the dip, but they are getting a little bit scared. They've been buying the dip for a while. And it's not paying off. So yeah, we'll see. And we can't talk retail without talking Nvidia, which drives the Nasdaq. So here's Nvidia overall, and we're right at the zero line. We've been treading water, so not great pickup. Interesting. Um, and we are definitely off the highs of the 150 days. Oh, I forgot about that. 140 already seemed amazing to me. I forgot where the peak was like 154 and whatnot. So yeah, interesting. And yeah, let's go to the Nasdaq. All right, NQ. I'm still learning the baseline for these values. I've only been looking at NQ since like third quarter of last year, so still new to this. I think it moves fairly similar to QQQ. Oh, sorry, we didn't look at momentum. Let's see. Sorry, let's go back to NQ. Momentum. It has been surging. We were at the zero line for a while, and now it's the surge up. Is this warranted? I don't know. But this is in line with May's seasonality at least. But there's so many big external catalysts from the Oval Office that this is a very unnatural market for the Nasdaq, and anyone should be a little bit hesitant that again, one social post can flip the market, and we've seen that do that to the tune of 12% for the Nasdaq 100. So yeah. Um Yeah, ATR has picked up and we confirmed the breakout and now it's losing steam. And put call ratio 0.895. So fairly bullish. That's very off the 1.3 number from the Qs. And the Qs today is probably less than one as well. Let's see. 1.08. So still very bullish and off from 1.3, right? And definitely improved momentum, but not great. It's still under the zero line. All right. Interesting. Okay. With that, let's pivot to the Russell 2000. Let's start with RTY. This is the bipolar, chronically depressed index because it's a true business owner, that's sweating bullets over the budget and terrified of tariff mania. And as you can see, RTY futures have been unloading nonstop. No one's like a net buyer. Are you crazy? Small Business America is melting down. Just walk anywhere in downtown and count the for lease signs. It's legion. Okay, put call ratio 1.568. Fair value is probably north of 2. Let's go to RUT. I'm also learning these values as well. Never knew RUT existed until last year. But yes, 2.219. That's probably close to fair value, which is 2.3 for IWM. And let's go directly to IWM. Let's see how close we are to that 2.3 number. It's about 1.9. So yeah, slightly bullish for what it is. But yeah, and it does match momentum numbers here. But still, mostly selling off. And this looks like a perfect suckers rally. All right. And let's end the day with the Dow Jones side of the house. I don't think the YM has much pickup. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to look at ES contract counts. Uh, uh, Dave keeps pounding the table saying it's very low liquidity, and it absolutely is. Contract count is very low. That's like 300,000 total on the first day of May. Are you kidding me? No one wants insurance in May. Well, the smart money does, but yeah. So yeah, it's a very thin market, guys. That's why 12% moves are possible. So yeah, buyer beware. All right, let's go to the diamonds and see how that's shaping up. Fair value is 1.0. And again, this is part of the index rotation strategies, as according to Bubba Horowitz out of, I forgot where he's out of. But yes, 0.743, fair value is 1.0. So on the on balance volume side, looking like a dead cat bounce and no real pickup. So yeah, smart money is unloading. Come on, guys. All right. So yes, careful with any long positions in this crazy hellscape. All right, let's look at more fear and greed analytics from CNN. Their aggregate score is 47. Suddenly we're that optimistic. There's no problems in the world. All our problems are solved thanks to Microsoft and Google's and Facebook's earnings. Uh-huh. Yeah. Anyway, yesterday was 35, a week ago was 36, a month ago was 15, and a year ago was 40. So yes, no recession, guys. Don't worry. Everyone should go out and buy brand new refrigerators and cars. And yes, we're still well below the 125-day moving average. I mean, it's a lot better than before, but this just looks like a beautiful suckers rally. Just, just give you it's to give you hope, just so you can get your face ripped off. And looking at the Hindenburg omen, if the word Heidenberg doesn't strike spear in your heart, then you need to look up what that means in Wikipedia. That was a giant blimp that exploded. So yes, these are looking at the 52-week extremes between the New York Stock Exchange tickers, and most of them are very close to the 52-week low, so still extreme fear. And looking at the more median-esque value of tickers rising versus falling overall, while it's improved, it's still not great. So yeah, we're still in a severe danger zone despite the false optimism. And let's go to the Stock Traders Almanac, and we'll pull up May in just a bit. Almanac. Okay. All right, excellent. All right, we'll pull that up in momentarily. Uh, who would like to read out loud? Nobody. Okay. May Almanac. May June disaster area between 1965 and 1984, with S&P down 15 of the last 20 Mays. Between 1985 and 1997, May was the best month with 13 straight gains, gaining 3.3% per year. Blah blah blah. Worst 6 months also begins with May. Blah blah blah. Dow Memorial Week record up 12 years in a row. And then since 1950, election year, May's ranked number 9 for the Dow, number 9 for the S&P, and number 8 for the NASDAQ. So yeah, wild times. So uh, May can go anywhere, I guess. All right, let's find June. And let me get that for you guys. Where is the June almanac? June. All right, June. Here we go. June. Okay. All right, we got June, and let me pull up July because I love reading out loud. That's how you give elementary school students PTSD. Hey, Johnny, come up to the front of the classroom and read out loud. Yeah, no, that always sucked. Oops. I need July, right? Yeah, I need July. Sorry. July. July. Where is July? Come on, July. July. July, where are you? Come on. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay, excellent. All right, let me enlarge this and let's read what it says. And it's always nice to know historical seasonality. Can you imagine there's investors and traders out there that don't look at this? Like they see the word seasonality and their brain just ignores it. Like, okay, let's ignore weather patterns and solar terms and cycles. But there's pattern recognition here, which is the main hypothesis is that we're looking at trends. All right, let's look at June. The summer rally in most years is the weakest rally of all 4 seasons. Week after June, triple witching day down 26 of the last 32. Recent record, S&P up 12, down 9, blah, 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 ranking 11. Summer doldrums can begin in late June. Watch out for end of quarter portfolio pumping on the last day of June. Dow down 18 of the last 32, NASDAQ up 9 of the last 12. Presidential election years, blah, blah, blah. June ends. NASDAQ's best 8 months. Yeah, that's not scary at all. July is the best month of the third quarter. Start of the second half begins an inflow of retirement funds. First trading day, Dow up 28 the last 34. Graph above shows strength in the first half of July. Huge gain in July usually provides better buying opportunity over next 4 months. Start of Nasdaq's worst 4 months of the year. Presidential election Julys are ranked number 6 for the Dow, number 6 for the S&P, and number 9 for the Nasdaq. So yeah, fireworks galore incoming. So very exciting, very exciting. Not good for Nvidia bag holders at all. Okay. And now, like, if you think about this, remember, Jansen Wang was signing the double D boobs in Taiwan in June of last year. And you can see, like, summer's not good. I mean, Jim Norton taught me that he called this the dog days of summer. And it's low productivity. So yeah. Okay. Um, Here is the actual SPX volatility, and here's the post-presidential election year one. And again, shout out to Ross for getting us this diagram. Very helpful. So yeah, I would tend to go bullish in May, but then again, this is a sucker's rally, so the market could go up, down, or sideways, and you heard it here first. All right, let's get the sector rotation with our usual favorites. Any favorite tickers, let me know. I'll throw this into the mix. But yeah, we'll take a look at the weeklies and dailies of our favorites and see how that's shaking up. All right, so here's our 11 subsectors of the S&P 500. Let me clean up the table for you. And let's throw this screenshot into our notes. Da, 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 da. That's the weeklies, right? Okay. And let's change this to the shorter dailies to get a little more surgical. All right, let's see. Who's really losing and winning? Come on. Come on. Where are we?
I hope you recognize how completely different this chart is than the last one. Think about it. We had all the things going across the top as to the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not a chart that you is interesting. This is the one that you kind of care about.
This is the real one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you're seeing a Liberation Day Kabuki theater, and this is a one-off impossibility.
Right,
This is what's really happening.
right.
Rubber meets the
This
road.
is the one you want to be trading on, or even faster. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, even faster. Can we get faster? Not. Ooh, we could. We could. 5 minutes. One day. Oh, I didn't know we could do this. I am underusing paid tools. I mean, isn't that the rule? I mean, everyone underuses this stuff. But wow, 5 minutes, 5 days. Wow. If you just want to hustle the 11 subsectors, there's action enough right here. You could put money management principles to this and retire just off this alone. Forget zero TTE. Just do weekly hustles to subsectors. Probably a lot safer and easier. And I'm talking to myself as much. And I rewatch these, so I do take notes later. But yeah, let's look at this real quick. Technology flying up, and we're confirming now if the charts, Nvidia is stronger overall. Looking at month over month, it looked like April, nothing happened, right? But yeah, XLP, consumer staples, the weakest. Healthcare enrollment, very weak. Okay, makes sense. Do you guys want to drop any of your favorite tickers? Let me know. If not, we'll run with what we got. And let's zoom out a little bit again. Let's go to the weeklies. All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Okay. Let me drop this in our notes. Zoom out for our giant table. Wait, it's not sorted correctly? Why is DGNX misplaced? That's weird. Table function's not working 100%. Interesting. Okay. 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 Excellent. All right. Now let's go to dailies. All right. Sorry, that got really small. Dailies, 6 months. 6 months. Okay. Now this is a real deal. All right. So natural gas been doing. Oh, that's actually not enough. That's too much time. 3 months. Let's do 3 months. All right. Now here is the dailies here. Excellent. Let me drop that here and grab the giant table. Okay, cool. All right, excellent. Okay. All right, let's review really quick. So, natural gas kicking ass, MicroStrategies, Palantir, Tesla, fertilizer, AMD, X. Oh, I forgot labor news. Intel fired 20,000 people. All right, that's not in our notes, but holy shit. I think we talked about that already, but I still can't get over that. Shit, I'm not gonna be hired to DJ at Intel for a while then. Oh no. Okay.
That's the norm. Just
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
3 years.
Boom and bust, boom and bust. I'm with you. And let's see. Metals, a lot of people taking profits, and rightly so. Okay, cool. And then Chinese tech stocks kind of in the middle. Moment of truth. All right. So yeah, everyone's doing their job. Anything else you guys want to add here? If not, we'll move forward. Questions, comments? No? Okay. Earnings. Lots of fireworks still remaining. Let's see what's on deck. Oh my God, monsters today, right? Wow. Commie Reddit, Airbnb, all kinds of stuff. Airbnb is looking pretty bearish. I've been seeing a lot of Airbnb hosts start complaining on Reddit and whatnot. AIG, oh, not shady at all. What else? Tomorrow, let's see what's cooking. Chinese Fubo, Exxon, Chevron. Yeah, fireworks. Lots of good stuff. Shell tomorrow too. Wendy's. Hey, the Wall Street Bets favorite. The dumpster fire that we love. All right. Is yeah, so we got some fun stuff. And then let's see. As Falaf has taught us, if your earnings are on Friday, you might be on the chopping block. Let's see. And then next week, early next week, Berkshire, Palantir, Penis Pills, Ford. Okay. All right. So we still got some high flyers and sorry, some heavy hitters coming up. All right. Excellent. Let's look at some earnings that we had did see. And we'll look at the big boys, right? Microsoft and whatnot. So here's Eli Lilly, and they have one of the licenses for the Semaglutide derivatives, so the fake glucagon simulants. Um, yeah, obese Americans love this shit. And again, we looked at the side effects of this, right? 1 in 20 have stomach paralysis, and that's basically a kidney stone, but it's your stomach. Like it forces your body into constipation mode, and that's why. And then it turns off the nerve in your brain. It's a shitty way to feel to think you're full. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. Um, And my ex-girlfriend, I found this in her fridge when I was visiting, because we're doing dog stuff. But and she wasn't happy that I saw it. And let me tell you, it is not working on her ass. She's gained so much weight since we broke up. It's hilarious. I shouldn't be laughing, but the Zakenfreunde, it's just it's so good. Okay. All right. Oh, sorry, we gotta pull up the chart. My apologies. Can't talk without a chart. Let's look at Eli Lilly. All right. Yeah, so a little all over the place, but that's what you get when you do biopharma stuff, right? It's very catalyst driven and bad earnings and now what's put call ratio right now? Where is my handy dandy chart? 0.814. So towards the bearish side. If it's close to 1, it's bearish. But yeah, 10% down. That's good volatility. This would be a nice post earnings candidates, maybe. Maybe Kurt. Would this based off the quick TA, would this qualify for post earnings strategies? I would milk this kind of. Anybody? Comments, questions? No? Okay. Let's all good. Let's move to the next ticker. Let's go to what else we got? Oh yeah, we got Microsoft. That's right. Let's see. Oh, this one premium already? Oh no, no, I prepped this already. Okay. And then we got Amazon tonight. That's right. Holy cow. So yes, we have erased post-Liberation Day losses. And you guys remember giant air, multiple fleets of air cargo jetliners, flying iPhones into the United States? Yeah, I do remember that. Trying to dodge tariffs. Yeah. And now all of a sudden, you know why all these big boys started, throwing chump change at Donald Trump's different campaigns and programs. Like they donated like millions of dollars, right? Like that's nothing to these guys, but just, as a show and token of respect as they kiss the ring, I guess. But yeah, these guys never lose. They're mission critical to the American empire. And yeah. Is anyone surprised? But yeah, I haven't looked into it too deeply, but yeah. Questions, comments, thoughts? Okay. Let's go into our Microsoft deeper dive. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. All right. So for their cloud, that's still phenomenal growth. Gosh, like 30% every single quarter. That's still phenomenal. I mean, to them, it's like, oh, we're addicted to 50% growth targets. But yeah, you're also smoking crack. Um, but yeah. Um, if you talk to infrastructure engineers, they are not thrilled with cloud deployments. But non-engineer executive staff really think it sounds cool and big and ooh. And then they link up data marts and data routing through Palantir and Snowflake. And then, ooh, we're doing big data things. And then you can hire Datadog to parse the shit. It's just dumb AI hustles. Like, it's just boring as crap to me. Just bullshit. But anyway, okay, let's look at Meta for a second. All right, let's see. Hikes CapEx forecast. Jansen Wong is happy about that, I'm sure. Um, yeah. Uh, Interesting Facebook side note. I am being extorted for money by a second year machine learning employee at Facebook. My dog tackled her dog at the dog park. Well, not even a park. It was the field outside the dog park. And then she screamed bloody murder and then is trying to shake me down for money. She sent me the vet bill and it's like all this garbage in there, like anal cleaning, allergen tests and bullshit. It's all a lot of deferred health stuff that she like rushed into the vet visit. And yeah, I'm just not happy. And she's Chinese too. And she's trying to hustle me. And she's lying point blank. And animal control from Sunnyvale and police are involved. It's just a clusterfuck. And I have witnesses. And the dog wasn't hurt. I examined her dog. No blood. The only blood was my own stupid dog because he bit his tongue. Ugh. It's just male on male violence because the dog disrespected my dog. He reacted badly. That's his fault. Never happened before, but yeah. So yeah, I'm not happy with Facebook at the moment for other reasons. Yeah. Oh yeah, and that person trying to extort me for money, the vet bill has her address listed. And I feel if I was a less of a nice guy, you know what I could do. Okay. All right. Sorry. Wandering with that story there. But yeah, I am terrified of like the general public. And for Flaw, like keep comments safe. It's not worth the hassle to have bad meetings with other dogs. And most other dog owners are colossal idiots. I grew up with dogs my whole life, so it's different. All right, back to trading. Here's Wall Street Bets, our beloved counterparty that loves buying short-dated, low delta options, and we love selling it to them. Thank God for these idiots that keep our lights on. Let's see what they're trading today. Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Robinhood, Facebook, McDonald's, Google, Gold, MicroStrategies, Qs, Palantir, Reddit, Google, Oil. What is Wolf? Supermicro. Oh, they're sad over there. Eli Whitney, Netflix, SQQQ, Corn, UNH, BTC. All right, excellent. Do we see any sentiment extremes at first glance? Seems generally pretty positive. A lot of even stuff. The buzzword of bull market or not looks kind of bearish, which I like. That matches the current Overton window. There's a little bit hesitancy on Palantir, which I think is warranted, but pronounced optimism on the high-flying earnings guys, right? Microsoft, Facebook, and then um, some questions here on Amazon and whatnot. But will it be a complete sweep by the Mag 7? I don't know, but we'll find out. Okay, let's go to our general news and finally get into the economic stuff. Oh my God, just so many things happening every day. Um, you guys remember life before COVID? Like the market was sleepy, it was 15 VIX, like life life was awesome too. All right. Let's see, where are we? Oh, yeah, the Japanese stuff. All right. First big macro article of the day. Um, if the redirect will work, and it's not working. Let's try it again. Archive, go. All right, let's see. The query string's all fucked up. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see. All right. Thank you, Zero Hedge. As if record yen long suddenly cried out in terror. Bank of Japan goes dovish, slashes growth forecast, sends yen plunging. Um, somewhere there's a Japanese Yoda, and he can feel the speculators cry out in pain. The Mrs. Watanabes of Japan. But yeah, weaker forecast here. We don't. I mean, I don't think this. Excuse me. I don't think this article has it. But let's look at Japanese CPI really quick. And again, they play with this figure too. But I just want to know what the Fugazi number is at least. Um, they don't make this really accessible, huh? Oh my God. No one can output a freaking line graph. Uh, this is okay, 2.2445. Culture and recreation got expensive. Oh my God. Um, yeah, okay. So I follow all the Japanese food channels, and the one of the key barometers is the 1,000 won noodle bowls. This is a dying tradition because it's just being sold. It's a lost leader now. You cannot run the business there. But the Japanese are Japanese and they're stubborn as hell. If you've never met a Japanese person, you think they're not stubborn, you haven't met a real Japanese person. But yeah, people just have that fixed price in their mind. I don't pay more than $1,000 for a bowl of noodles, and they're seeing these little shops just die left and right, and they have to get over that. But yeah, the hiking process is dead. It's a race of debates. Like Lynn Alden is unfortunately very right. They're going to solve debt problems with more debt, and we've been bludgeoning the Bank of Japan to finance everything, the Nasdaq especially. And here's the Japanese yen. We're going to see this 141 pivot back up to 160, and yeah, let's zoom out a little bit and go to the bigger chart here. Yeah, 10-year right here. So yeah, we've had it, oh, sorry. That's not too far. All right. So this is a 5-year window. But yeah, we are what would Flav say? There's support here. You can draw the trend line. You can see it. You can see the trend line right there. Right there. It's beautiful. You can see a perfect reversion. So yeah. Um why am I not trading this? I need to figure out how to trade the yen for Forex. Let me write that down. I mean, this is a no-brainer. 140 to 160. Like that is the runway. It's just so beautiful. You have just all this support and all this resistance. It's beautiful. And the macro trends are perfect. The carry trade's broken. The Bank of Japan raised 25 basis points the first time in 14 years. Completely out of character. It's capitulation. We need to raise rates, but no one has the gumption to do it because it's going to end the world. So, um, I guess by default, we're picking the hard landing over the soft landing. So, yeah, we're going to see stagflation to no end. Sorry, was there a comment there? A dog bark? Okay.
No, I made growling noises.
Okay. I am getting hungry too. It looks like this article got premiumed in the last 12 hours, but your boy Warren is brilliant and loves workarounds. And he's really cheap. No, no, no. He's not really cheap. He's strategically cheap. I call it conservatively aggressive. Okay. All right. Uh, excuse me. This is making the case for an immediate pullback in the near future. All right. So yes, lots of charts here. We're gonna try to go quickly here. Truck sales. I have a better article. Unemployment is spiking. Here's credit card balances as a percentage. This is crazy. 11% are making the minimum payment. That is crazy. Um, and the folks have multiple cards. Like, oh my God, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Gosh, I was at H Mart the other day, picking up food for, you know who, and I saw this old Asian guy sitting in his pickup truck. It was like 5 o'clock, and he was smoking a cigarette, holding his coffee, and just crying and smoking, and like hand in his face. I just like, guys like over 65, really tan, Asian guy, works outdoors, just like things not working. I just felt bad for him. And when I walk the dog, I see more people literally sleeping on the street, old white guys, illegals, everything in between. It's just devastating. Um, Main Street is melting down, and I just carry more weapons when I walk my dog. What else can I say? Uh, it's crazy, and they're deranged. They're not sober. It's bizarre. All right. Back to macro. So here's valuation as a whole for 2025. We've looked at P&E and the Buffett indicator, a bunch of stuff, but I've never seen it presented and outputted from a year standpoint. In fact, this is good enough to put into our collection of notes as a standalone. So let's park this here really quick because we're always trying to collect valuable intel. So okay, let me put that right here. Boom. Beautiful. So yes, from a valuation standpoint, is 2025 overvalued? Definitely looks like it. And then what's bigger than this? 2001. Like that's not a good foreshadowing moment. We are in danger zone, guys. It's risk on. The Trump put will not cover us. So yeah, be careful. So yeah, we have max drawdown risk like crazy. So yeah, be careful. We're just in the beginning. So yeah. Yeah. And then here's valuations will fall as households deliver. Equity position as a financial assets. And so households, wait, valuations will fall. Um, I think it's a little too close to call, to be fair. But yeah. My next article has better charts, or definitely more of them. Let me get to that. All right. More pullback mania. Oops, let me get to the workaround. Okay. This article has like 50 charts, so we'll have to be a little quick. All right. So to recap really quickly, the SPX 6-day streak, since 1970, the S&P 500 up 6 days in a row with returns over 7% has only happened 12 times. After post yesterday's close, we locked in number 13. We are due for a pullback. So you think of the Wall Street bets idiots that we looked at that went short. Were they looking at the TA? No, they just want to get lucky. And don't forget, they were trading the SPY, which is a worthless, not a worthless ticker, but it's also the tax. It's not the tax advantage one like SPX. So it's just, bad things all around. And sorry, I forgot to put my GTC order from my zero DTE. But yeah, we're 5 pennies away. So we're on track over there. All right. But yeah, here's the SPX technicals, these trend lines. This is a sucker's rally. Come on, guys. Say it with me now. Dead cat bounce, right? Yeah, I'm still sick. Maybe I do have COVID. I don't know. All right. Let's see. NASDAQ, so far so good. Does the word cross of death come to mind? It's like Uh, and then retail loves buying the dip, right? And I showed you guys the Nvidia chart for Q1. People piling in, thinking Q1 earnings would be a slam dunk, and it was like flat. And we knew about this because we saw the freight train crack with ASML. Their capex, sorry, the capex of their buyers was going down. Like, sure, all the Mag 7 guys can talk forever and publish everything, but so long until you see actual orders get fulfilled and their, bill of lading in hand and a product delivered, it's just bullshit. But yeah. So yeah, here's the variance. If this doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. So um too many charts, and here's the OVX that we talked about. So yeah, the VIX of oil. Um, do you ever look at this, Dave or Kurt, OVX at all?
I have in the past, and no, I'm not. I look at I look at the contango chart. That's where
Okay.
I got the same information.
Yeah, I bet
Oh,
he's
okay.
okay.
I
Okay.
look at the IV of CL. I put on a subgraph, so the implied volatility. So it's kind of like the VIX of the CL. And
Yeah,
that spiked up in the
exactly.
past 2 days.
And I don't trade naked. I mean, I trade spreads, so I don't have to pay attention to the IV as much. I'm
The
making directional bets, not time bets.
the voice of Sandy, everybody. Please take notes. Professionals here. All right.
Yeah, if you're trading naked options, you care about the VIX or the IV a lot more. Is the
Yeah,
take,
because you have no insurance.
right? Right. And it matters. I mean, it still matters with a spread, but it's softened the blow.
Right, right. And this is how you get little close orders showing up at 12:50 p.m. with MSO next to it on your phone. The risk teams are watching it if you're not. But yeah. And then shout out to Faraz, who's also seeing a correlation with like the yen, but also with the euro, and use this beautiful channel bound activity. So just beautiful. And again, this is another beautiful take, bouncing off the 140. Like, could you have any cleaner TA? Like, I need to figure out how to trade the yen like this week. This would be so much fun. But yeah. Okay. And a little bit of our third article on pullback, and then we're done. And then we'll get to the fun stuff. But we have to eat our vegetables first. But yes. Okay. Uh, sorry. My zero TTE closed. Beautiful. It's been a great day for trading zero TTE. I'm reading the tea leaves correctly. All right. I'll refill once it kind of settles a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Okay. So pullback. So yeah. Pullback risk is substantial. And so here's a chart of April, right? So this is I guess what is the MSCI World Index? For lack of a better term, let's pretend it's the Wilshire 5,000, right? The big 5,000. And we had extreme volatility, right? Due to the tariff war, reciprocal tariffs, and then, Trump delaying tariffs. It just went cluster F. And, all my friends didn't understand why I was just panicking the first 2 weeks. And, they look at their statements like, hey, April was faintly positive. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, there was just immense volatility. VIX blew up to 60. I'm selling credit spreads like there's no tomorrow over here. It was just fireworks galore.
It was a reversion to the mean. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just classic.
yeah. And we had that big 12% NDX move, right? Nasdaq 100. Just unbelievable. Incredible. Uh, Man, when Donald Trump writes things, he moves markets. Uh,
So the one I'm looking forward to is I think that if we're smart and we don't listen to Navarro, that we could have tariffs drop back down to 75% in China. I
right,
mean,
right.
that would be a huge move. I mean, China would be again coming back to this small businesses with $10 million worth of factories and having to sell your equipment and having to close your building, and it's just those guys are being destroyed. There's their
Yeah,
dependence on US is just so big. Nobody really recognizes it.
yeah. And we're killing each other here.
Right.
And so this is not good. And America, like again, if you want to set up a factory in America, you just need so much money. You need runway. You need economic stability.
We
And
don't have the employees.
yeah, the skilled labor's not there.
I mean,
Uh,
I have some videos. I'll send you some videos. The guys who manufacture physical things off in Pakistan, we could never compete with those types of people.
They don't have OSHA. Like I've seen them stamping guns
Right.
like in the
It's
dirt.
insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're not
I mean,
gonna.
I watched those and I'm just like, God, you can't build car parts in the United States the way they can do. Because
Right.
I mean, they've got guys who are just they're packing the sand all by themselves, and they're building one crank at a time. It's crazy shit.
Yeah. And India's rise to power currently with their population dividend, like this will flip too. And then you're going to see like pain in India. And China's now experiencing what America experienced in the 80s and 90s with NAFTA and right and everything, right? The sucking sound of US jobs. Well, eat shit, mofo. We did the same thing already. Now it's your turn. The pendulum swings.
So the big one there, it just is um, China's willingness to build all the parts versus America's willing to build like the
Some.
top priority 10%, cherry pick the trim
Yeah,
off the top.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it just doesn't work.
yeah,
Well, we don't think the same. They
yeah.
just want to scoop up market share, and they're willing to sort of lose energy on half the volume.
And you have to remember, these are commies. They're certified criminals. They stole a country. The US State Department was subverted by Soviets. Look it up. I don't have time. I have
Yeah.
footnotes though. Like, these are criminals, and the criminals have been stealing everything that's not nailed down to the floor. Why are you surprised? Their rocket fuel is being stolen to cook hot pot. Like, come on, the soldiers are. Remember, the top rocket force general was the lead buyer for the PLA, for lack of a better term. He's a procurement officer promoted to the top rank of the military. And guess what? He was double dealing under the table, embarrassed Winnie the Pooh, and he's disappeared. All
Yeah,
right.
but it all comes back down to this thing that we're always looking for 60% margins so that we can pay for the factory and all this stuff. And their labor costs are, like 1/5 of ours at the very most. And they have no OSHA laws. And they're willing to pour the freaking iron into the hand-built sand molds. And they live in a different world. I mean, we could never compete in that world.
Right. And you'll never hear Greta Thunberg talk about the developing nations, right? She's only
Oh
picking
God.
on.
And then you look at the smoke coming out of these places. It's just like, oh God, America would never do that.
And if you ever read Korean forums, they are so upset about their pollution problems due to their big neighbor to the west. Japan too, but Japan's like, oh, we gave up. Nothing's gonna change. But yeah. This is not really tradable, but the Spanish thing is
I'm gonna
complicated.
start vacuuming
Okay.
back here because everything's done except for that. And
The honey-do list. Oh, poor Kurt. She's like, hey, I'm working, and are you trading? Keep making some money. uh, don't tell her where the P&L module is on your little interface. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I hope Kurt's on headphones. Oh my God. Uh, okay. Where am I? Black Swan, Sears of War. Okay. Oh yeah, about Spain. Maybe I'll talk about it quickly. Spain picked a fight with Israel over weapons. And then this happened 3 days later. Uh, I'm just saying, I looked through all the rabbit holes. There's that problem. There's NATO problems. There's mismanagement. And the bottom line is, look, I understand a little bit about power infrastructure. I sold a lot of solar panels. I sold transformers. I sold phase converters. I know a little bit about power distribution. Um, so the problem with solar and wind is that uh, they need another grid to feed them when there's dips and variance in production. Like if there's a cloud, things go wrong quickly, and then there's resonance problems in the network. And then they have a 50 hertz network in Europe. We have a 60 hertz network in America. We have a slightly different system, and also, they don't have enough. It's kind of like the code cranking amps. Like starting up a a generator, a steam powered generator. The startup consumes a lot of power, and very few generators can turn on from zero to nothing independently. The only things that can really do it are hydroelectric dams. Everything
So
else requires substantial inputs to get it fired up and running and online. That's why Spain had a catastrophic meltdown.
The
And
windmills all have diesel power to bring the
to feed
fans.
them, right, to crank it,
Yeah.
just the
Yeah. So it's
co-cranking
just
amps in
to
the
move.
beginning.
They're burning energy just to get it to move.
Right, and windmills net loss. You'll never get back the inputs you put in, and they can't be recycled and disposed of.
Right.
And they
Right.
murder birds. If you ever have walked underneath a windmill, it's fucking dead hawks and eagles and birds everywhere. It's a horror scene. And
That
so,
baffles me. You would
yeah,
think that there's some sort of sound that they would run away from.
they're not as smart as they look.
Yeah.
There's limits to the magnetic resonance with the meridians that they can filter, like because they're paying attention to that and not the choppy thing in front of them.
Yeah.
Uh, and then, so how did Spain get this problem fixed? Coal-fired plants from Morocco and nuclear-fired plants from France resurrected their stupid ass grid in Portugal and Spain. Is this stupid or what? And of their dams, there's seven hydroelectric dams that could have helped jumpstart the system again. Three of them were shut down or something. Just like the weird shenanigans we do with our water reservoirs, like for the Palisades fires that was depleted on purpose. I don't want to talk about that, but that was Maui 2.0. So yeah. So yeah, very convoluted. And your boy dug into the rabbit tunnels and was a little shocked. All right. Let's go to theaters of war and talk Ukraine for a second. So yeah, Ukraine, more freaking baloney. One of the fine points before this latest signing was Ukraine was on the hook to pay for their past expenditures that were given to them from America. So they had to repay for their shit. And then Zelensky's like, "Oh no, I can't sign this now. This is not equitable." Like, and then we removed it, and now his ambassador signed it, or whatever her name is.
So Trump did that on purpose, just so you know. I mean, he was trying to force the issue, and it was the right move. I mean, nobody really wanted this deal. Nobody wants to put forces in Ukraine. That's a stupid idea because Europe will create a false flag because Europe still wants the war.
Oh, absolutely. It's good for them. I mean, the Dutch king is amping up forces right now. He gets paid, so he's looking the other way. But yeah, just shenanigans all across the board. Just bizarre. Oh, oops. Uh, 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 uh. Oh, sorry. I think I had a hiccup. Oh, sorry. I think I dropped for a second there. Um, okay. Sorry. Mhm.
Been
Oh, hi guys. Sorry. My internet is just dropped. Sorry. I just switched to my phone. Um, Everything looks like it's working. Okay, okay. I think we're good, right? You guys can hear me and see me? You guys can hear me? We good? No? You can't see me? Uh, what is going on? Sorry, I have a very strict VPN kill switch. I think that's what's playing shenanigans with me. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Okay. I turned it off. Okay. I think we're okay now. Okay. Where are we? Talking Zelensky. Um, this is not quite what it seems. I mean, you need to sign with Putin, not with us. Like this is just retarded. This is for the grift. This is just
Right.
retarded. So yes. they're going to continue war operations under the guise of peace and rare earth production. Like we haven't seen this. And the contested area they want to give us with the rare earth is under Russian control, and they're never going to surrender this. Like, come
Right.
on.
And so it's all in Donbass. And that's where they screwed up. They didn't they they bombed the Russian speakers, and that's where the whole thing melted down. And that's where the natural gas is. They have enough natural gas in Donbass to support Germans' needs for 30 years. So, like, you risked all of that natural gas to be racist assholes and blow Russian speakers up.
And God bless the poor Russian guys who, for the natural gas trades, they are still allowed to use Swift payments. Just for that though. Like even the Europeans and Americans are total hypocrites, you know. The fine print is like we're still using Russian natural gas, on the low. It's just uh yeah, crazy. Let's go to Bankster and dollar strength news. So yes, uh, the dollar has broken 100. It's 119 years old. All right, 19.2. But yeah, and let's take a step back. It's been 100 days of Oval Office insanity, and remember when tariffs during the tariff discussion was going to strengthen the dollar, and everyone was like, "Oh, this would be good for America," and look what happened. Oh my God, we pissed off everybody. Oh,
Yeah,
this
but
is.
again, that was on purpose. I mean, shock and awe, and then everybody comes back and gets on their knees and says, "Oh, no, do that to us. We're your friends," and that was the end goal. It just, yeah, this is a Trump way of doing things. This is a strong player's way of doing things.
And our crazy Chinese ex-girlfriend is still bootlegging our shit and talking mad dirt behind the scenes while sending envoys on the low to beg for better negotiations. Oh,
Yeah,
good times.
we're back to all of these discussions should have started in December, and they should have been covert because Trump didn't have a right to have these conversations as president, but they could have sent friends over and started the discussion and warned them that the tariffs are going to get out of control if you don't do this, and then they could have started talk with China in those first 2 weeks officially.
Oh yeah, Xi Jinping's insane. He his
Well,
he's
no, no, but Trump did this. I mean,
he didn't help, but China always deserved the come up. Oh no, not come up.
well, no, yeah. So China couldn't get he couldn't get on his knees. Put it down to these basic raw thoughts. He can't get on his knees, but Trump should have started the negotiation. He should have said somebody who's got, like UK trade skills and politics, and they should have been having these discussions back in December.
you know, I mean, it's a fantasy for me since like high school. Like, but I always wish I could be like the U.S. ambassador to China. Like, that would be amazing. Like, can you imagine them trying to deal with me? I mean, like, yes. What do you want to say? They're all shorter than me. Like, I can speak the lingo. I can curse them in Shanghainese. Like, it'd just be hilarious. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Let's talk dollar strength. So again, this trend line's been beautiful. And now, yeah, we're flipping back. So, uh, and then here's the euro flirting with that 1.13, and we are just gonna come back down. And again, reversion trade. It's gonna go. The math is gonna play out. It's beautiful. So yeah. Um, and then here's the longs here, and in the bearish case, uh, let's see. And I have a better chart. No, I don't. But yeah, here's the yen. We looked at this already. Um, Here's the Japanese yen on the CTA side. Yeah, and the yen depreciation is just going to go the other way here. And then SEK, I don't know what this is. What is that? SEK, Reventive, SEK. What is that? Ooh, I don't know. Probably not why it's did on the fly. Go ahead, Dave. Question.
So the yen got to all the way to 1.41,
One
42.
four 141 ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the floor price or glass ceiling for strength. And now it has to go the other way. It's just beautiful. Look at how tested it is. And the sequence, the frequency, the timing, the interval. It's beautiful. You almost could see this developing.
SEK is the Swedish currency, isn't it?
Oh, it's just the kroner? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. I think you're right. So from a safe haven point of view, right? There's the yen, the Swiss franc, and I believe the kroner. Is that it? Seek currency? Is that what it is? Yes, the krona. Okay, perfect. All right. Between all of us, we have enough collective brain cells. All right, excellent.
And that's because of the baskets, because of the,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And I do like that Scandinavia has been useful as a NATO proxy because they're the puppet, and then we have the Dutch king, operating as a good mouthpiece. It's just convenient to see where everyone is on the chessboard. Um, and I know a lot of this is involuntary and there's bigger dogs commanding them, so I understand that. But at least I know where everyone stands. And like, there's heroes and zeros on all sides. The war is very gray in actuality. Okay. This I thought was really cool. So here we see dollar strength and then the Nasdaq. So there is correlation and then we have divergence. And this might be again suckers rally, hype, retail. It's just this is scary. This gap is scary.
I
And
think
then
that's I think that's tech reversal. And we're back to reversion trade. We had a really big low, and then tech reverted back faster than everybody else. I mean,
yeah,
I think that's what that big spike up is.
yeah. And then to pull that out and just focus on, the Mag 7 and not the bigger outlay, we're seeing, yeah, Mag 7 just kick ass. But again, the rest of the market is over here with the
Right.
dollar. So um you're seeing a bifurcation of the market, really. So you got normalcy and then the Mag 7 guys. And then I've never liked investing in, the Max. Well, I mean, what did we call it when it was the five? I forgot what was it called. Uh,
It was Fang.
Fang. Yeah. Sorry. There's been so many acronyms, right? Yeah. So, um, I've never liked these big dogs. I've always been the little guy, and I've never worked at any of these big companies. Tried, never got in. Thank God, right? Like Warren Webb getting censored, blackballed immediately because
But profits wise, those were the trades.
right, they kick ass
I
because they
mean,
got the
we all
yeah.
should be kicking ourselves that we didn't take the trades that went 2x.
Fair. But then we have better trades now, right? With gold and other stuff that, philosophically is a lot safer to play. Okay. But yeah, Magnificent Seven definitely kicked ass. I missed that. I don't have FOMO though. It's just, Warren plays a very strict and straight game of pool. And, that's who he is and that's what he does. And still makes money. That's okay. All right.
Capital allocation. We all should have been at like 20% capital allocation. That would be the simple way to say it.
Yeah. Mobius, cash is king. Let me find that article. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. All right. I don't know this guy. Does anyone know Mark Mobius? Um, let's look up who he is. He looks like a Bond villain in the making. It's like, I like the blue. That dude, that is a nice suit. Pinstripe, the off blue and the lighter blue. That is nice. Some stylist did their
That's
homework.
$18,000 suit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I ever get a rich Chinese girlfriend, I'm gonna have her buy me suits. They can keep
Well,
the Rolex. Now I want two really great suits.
Dave, we'll go shopping. We'll go shopping. Come with me to Hong Kong, man. Uh, all right. Who is this guy? German-born, American-born German, Alkmainer Guta. Let's see. He ran Templeton Emerging Markets Fund. Oh, okay. An EEM mofo. Went to Boston, MIT PhD? What the hell? Wait, what's his PhD in? Let's see. PhD in economics from MIT. Ugh. That's a Sloan Institute circle jerk over there. Um, are they Keynesians too? I mean, they gotta be. Harvard's next door. I've never seen sound money theory come out of Boston. He's German and Puerto Rican? How does that happen? Like, my dad was the OCD scientist, and my mom was like the town bicycle. Like, how does this work? What is this? Okay, I'm getting lost here, but yeah, bizarre. Okay, we're gonna move on. But yes, he is cash is king. He's 95% cash with his fund, which I thought was interesting. So, is this a Warren Buffett proxy? Not really, but I just like to present to you guys contrarian viewpoints. All right, excellent. Let's go to domestic news. U.S. retail. Let's pull up our XRT. Uh, excuse me, basket. And you're seeing the price here dip, right? 70s to the 60s. And to that, today is a very robust and immature 69. So a brief recovery. It's pacing the S&P. Like it's just everything's pacing the S&P, but yeah. So no exception here. And yeah, just key takeaway here from this article is f- pharma drug profits have gone up. So no surprises. And we'll see more military projects. So I don't trade missile stocks, but might be cool to go long. I just don't like giving liquidity to war profiteers. I feel like they need less incentives to get rich. Like the Pelosi Act, right? You guys saw that? It's hilarious.
Yeah, I
The,
saw it.
the acronym is glorious. Preventing elected leaders from owning securities and investments. The Pelosi Act. Your legacy is over. Oh my God. And I love the hate that the Pelosi clan is getting, and I can't wait for it to translate to Gruesome Newsom, Mr. Hair Gel himself. And he's making freaking podcasts. And I didn't know, but Los Angeles has had a literal landfill on fire for the last 3 years. 3 years. No one talks about this shit. I posted this to Discord. I didn't know until California Insider mentioned it. There's an underground landfill fire
Yeah.
on the Santa Clarita side. Crazy pollution. No one talks about it. Underreported. There's a gag order in the media. It's crazy.
So back to bombs. If you think about it, we're all running this old tech, and a cell phone could steer a bomb. I mean, the idea that you're spending $100,000 per bomb to make sure it lands exactly in the right place is just nuts. I mean, the brains of it could fit into a cell phone.
For missiles? Fair. Yeah, yeah. Guidance
Yeah,
systems.
yeah, bombs.
Yeah, yeah.
The guided bombs. They have standard big half-ton bombs, 2-ton bombs, but then they tack a guidance fins on the back of them, and they're charging these gigantic amounts for these things, and we're back to they're pillaging us. And the fact is, if you looked at what it takes, which demonstrated by the Russians and the Ukraine, to use fins to drive things, and a cell phone really is all the compute power that you need.
Yeah, fair. And if you fly the warhead fast enough, if you're off plus or minus 30 meters, doesn't quite matter at that point.
Yeah.
What else? This is kind of tech news, but Elon Musk not in the White House anymore. And then there might be a CEO replacement. Thank you, Adolfo, for that mention in Discord. I didn't get to chase, but yeah. So yeah, weird things happening with that. Um, and I don't know. To me, Elon is trying to cover his ass because Tesla is a giant fugazi of a shit show. And he's pissed off his core customer base, investors, this new wave of they're not even rhinos or conservatives. They're just opportunists that are now in Tesla stock because he's near the White House, right?
Right.
Um, it's
Yeah,
just
and
bizarre.
some of this stuff just weird me even more. For example, now he wants to place one of his guys inside the FBI. You know, why a business guy has to put one of his guys inside the FBI? I mean, this is kind of it's not even the US anymore. It feels like China, you know.
He's
It's
jealous.
crazy.
I don't see
But
that. He
Yeah.
needs to put smart people places, and they don't need to be his. And I don't know that he realize it. What we need is the badasses from special forces to come in and treat this like a war against spending. Because I mean, they're the guys. Yeah, they're the kinds of guys who get shit done, and we don't want politics, and we don't want a bunch of wishy-washy bureaucrats.
You sound too sensible,
I mean, it
Dave.
doesn't have to be. You have to be a badass that's not willing to put up with any shit at all. Is where I'm going with it. He needs to be a fixer.
You sound too reasonable. Off to the gulag with you, man.
No, I'm not willing to put up with shit, and I know what state workers act like.
Uh,
We're
okay.
back to
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
anti-blob.
All good, no worries. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, back to trucks. Let me give you guys the quick Cliff Notes version. So long story short, secondary market has been flipping like 500,000 Freightliners and old tractors for outrageous amounts, and they've been charging these dumbasses like 10 to 15%. So it's subprime used trucking loans, as it were. And a lot of these folks have gone upside down. And then the tariffs wiped everyone out. So they've been chasing this perceived opportunity of trucking, but it's just not been real. So and then there's been a lot of non-English speaking truckers with CDLs, thanks to Biden's very liberal, Department of Transportation department. So, and there's been lots of accidents. And these guys, when they're pulled over next to their crash truck, they can't speak English. And it's not just the Mexicans and Hondurans and whatever, it's the Punjabi truckers too. Like Indians cut corners as well. And I'm sure it started with good Punjabi guys, literally from India, that learned English and trained into American stuff. But then, everyone started cutting corners and it got watered down more and more. So you got 60-year-old
But
Punjabi guys who can't speak English hitting things on American interstates.
yeah, but on the other hand, the Punjabis really do run like over 50% of the transport corporations.
Yes, especially in
I
India.
mean,
They
it's
they
it's
they
huge,
they
it's
run
huge,
railroads and trucking. Like that's why they're also
right? But
the
even in the
more
United States, they own all the schedulers and they own a lot of the trucks.
yeah.
So I mean, when you say there's a lot of them, it's a lot of them versus 50% of the total market. If you have 1,000 accidents and the sample size is only 10,000 truckers, it's a big difference from 200,000 truckers. Oh, whatever. They've owned those marketplaces for a really long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were the mini marts. They found something that is just a forever resource, and they own them now.
Yeah. All right, it's near noon. We gotta fast forward a little bit. All right, no real estate news. Oh, ITB. Let me drop our home builders ETF. Again, we have great tickers here that are right adjacent to home building. So, the developers, Home Depot, Lowe's, paint companies, all the nuts and bolts. Okay. So yeah, 92, and we've seen it stay in the hundreds. We're back at parity with our late March values, but again, this is similarly pacing SPY, right? Just look at that. Everything is following the S&P 500. It's the everything bubble. And which really means it's the Nvidia bubble. So that's why if you don't have Nvidia on your screen as you're entering trades, I don't know what you're doing. All right, let's go to tech news. Yes, we have a new uh, generative AI model from Alibaba, and it's
I
open.
that Quinn 3 is not. I mean, it's been around for a long time. The ones that are new are the. This is a teeny tiny model, and it fits inside your cell phone, and they're finding amazing results with these things.
Oh, sweet.
You know, they're coming up with the 4 billion type models versus the 150 billion type models that do great great AI big stuff.
Oh, very cool. But yeah,
I watched the
oh, okay.
I don't know how to make profit, but it's
Yeah, I'm a little bit out of the loop here, but yeah. Alibaba. Let's go to the charts really
well, if
quick.
you look at it, the billion side, you know, how many billion tokens,
Okay.
you'll see the little ones are fitting on little computers and doing very cool stuff, and they fit on cell phones and they do pretty cool stuff. That's where all the recent 2 weeks of news is, the 4 weeks of news is,
Okay.
because they're finding that these things are really useful, and they don't need a damn NVIDIA card.
Yeah. And then meanwhile, here's Alibaba's price action and beautiful setup for a dead cat bounce here. Beautiful. But again, I need a legitimate market to cash in on my shorts. Okay. All right, good times. And today's Alibaba put call ratio is a very bullish zero point 0.2. Lots of Americans doing business with certified mass murderers. Okay. All right. Understood. All right. That's Alibaba for you. And then here's Jensen Wong salivating at the AI turf war. Thanks for nothing, Jensen. But yeah, the key comment here is China is right behind us. We are very close. This is a long-term and infinite race. We're going to compete for a long time. Uh-huh. He's looking more and more just like a war profiteer at this point. All right. Let's go to again the launch of our inaugural stripper recessional
Yeah,
indicator.
because robot.
Sorry, what was that, Dave? You got cut off there for a second.
The robots is the end game. The again, AI driving your bombs. I mean, seriously, we're back to this cell phone thing. An AI running on a cell phone could drive your bombs within anywhere from the launch site, 30 miles in any direction.
Okay. And given that there's AI transcription, if we could not say the B word, that would be strongly
Oh,
preferred.
okay. Yeah.
We've been flagged for other things. I'm choosing my vocabulary very carefully.
Okay. Cool.
Because we
Cool.
know Zoom, like this is they do business on the other side of the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, complicated. Warren is scared to traverse, into proper mainland China proper for the right reasons. Like I only go to maybe Hong Kong and Macau and stay the hell out of everything else. But yeah. Okay. So yes, Rick's Cabaret, a great recessional indicator. And again, it's just pacing SPY, but it's at a more depressed, you know, state. And Doge is rocking and rolling. I saw a great count, which was they're still like their $1 trillion savings plan. They've only achieved like they're still off by another $800 billion, like 812 or something from their original target. This is not as useful as people think. I'm not saying it's not needed, but if we don't cut the major entitlements, military, Medicare, Social Security.
Okay, you got to leave Social Security and Medicare off in a different discussion. I mean, they live in their own world. You can't say they're all the same. We keep on getting hung up on they're all the same. We got to cut our budget, and then
Oh, yeah,
Medicare is
that
completely out of
too.
control. We need a certain reduction. And then Social Security, there's a 20% savings. And there's a really great argument that says you shouldn't be paying people Social Security if the IRS is just going to take it and then call it spending money. That's absurd. We're draining Social Security to pay the tax man.
Fair,
The
fair,
math
fair.
has to be done wrong and differently. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair, fair. I think that's fair. Okay. And in international news, we're launching EEM, and then thanks to Adolfo for our Brazilian reminder here. And but yeah, I love this title here. We have sharply binary geopolitical outcomes going forward. It's a beautiful way to put it. And we're all gonna lose. And I think that's exactly what the WEF wants. And then we'll be begging for UBI from Elon Musk. But yes, pivoting to Australia, this is the new Canada. Um, and it's wild. 8.6 million residents born overseas, 31% of the population. And Australia is not even as, population-wise, is not even as big as California. What's the population? 30 mil or something?
32 million, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all focused in these
Yeah, it's that
edge next to the ocean.
very narrow thing. Yeah, and then Perth on the west, and that's it. Nothing in the middle. And then the north side, that's the ozone hole. Um, let's see. Population. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Per capita
But the good
72,000.
news, though,
27 million.
good news.
54th.
Yeah, that's
28
in
million.
California.
Yeah, 28 million. We have more illegals in California and Texas than they have people. That's crazy. Okay.
I don't
Uh,
think it's that much, but okay.
we'll
So
never know.
the highlight in my mind is WF is losing control of Australia.
Say what?
They're coming back.
The who's coming back?
Australia is coming back to the same side of the world versus Australia or versus WF. The liberals
Uh,
are losing power. The crazy stuff
oh,
is
oh,
sort of
oh,
unwinding.
and we didn't talk about the rigged election in Canada, but who cares? It's Canada. Um, yeah, bonkers. So yeah, uh, it's crazy. It's incredible. So yeah, we gotta watch Indonesia, Brazil. I guess West Africa technically, but I discount Africa like a motherfucker. I have no faith there. Okay. Oil and commodity news. So yeah, Royal House of Saudi, we talked about that. We got zombie tankers flipping oil for the Chinese out of Venezuela. This will be a point of contention in tariff negotiations, undoubtedly. Oh, before I forget, it's not in my notes, but we'll look at the Chinese delegation that came to Washington, D.C. And uh the camera lenses were good enough to see their freaking ID badge from their neck lanyard. Wait, is this the right one? No, it's not the right one. Chinese delegation, Washington, D.C. And they politely asked folks to, oh, please don't report this and please delete the photo. Where is it?
Well, but that's the right way to do it. This whole idea that we run politics through the audience of the American people who are all morons is just that's diseased.
Delete photo.
You run politics in private rooms and stay quiet.
I know. I'm just calling the see
Yeah, yeah.
China always builds this wolf warrior diplomacy motif, and it's always been a fugazi. So I just love popping the bubble of that. Why can't I find the image? China, wait, China,
It may have
Washington.
approved already.
Where is it? Remove, delete photo badge. It's not important, but there is a delegation. They've been ID'd and blah blah blah. Okay, there's backdoor negotiations like crazy. Okay. Precious metals, we're doing a lot of selling off at the moment. I think this is a solvency problem. And I've seen a lot of problems with gold dealers in China. My boy is in Hong Kong right now, and he's also a gold fanatic, and he's been shopping at pawn shops, just glancing at inventory. And he told me premiums are very high in Hong Kong. And I thought about it, and it's like actually makes sense because that's how you differentiate the market. The low premium stuff is all fake gold. So Gresham's law, bad money drives good money into hiding, and that's always been the case. And the gold Rolexes, the gold coins, yeah, those are going higher up in the top shelf under lock and key. So yeah, it's time for profit taking here, and just makes a lot of sense overall. It's been a phenomenal move. Gold's been asleep until last year, so I've been bored out of my mind holding silver and gold until recently. Um, but yeah, we don't have transparency in the Shanghai Gold Commodities Exchange, but clearly they're having solvency problems, and this is not what they wanted to do, but. Maybe it's short term. Maybe it's just the beginning of the end. Time will tell. But at least that's what China's doing right now. But let's pivot to the macro game. Other central bankers are still net buyers in a big, big way. And this brief Chinese diversion is probably not really a big deal. But yeah, let's look at overall numbers. So yeah, it's been big net buys globally. And then obviously the BRICS players are doing this for obvious reasons. And don't forget, I forgot to include this in my freaking commodities presentation. Russia launched the modern world's first silver reserves for their central bank. That's never been done before on this side of Bretton Woods. It has not happened. A nation state with silver reserves since the Magna Carta has not happened. Sorry. Outside of America has not happened in a very long time. So for Russia to teach the Americans how to do sound money is just incredible to me. Okay, good times. Let's fast forward a little bit. We kind of talked about China in other relevant articles, so we're a bit lighter here. And again, there's a great video of the real Main Street experience, and it's devastation. And what's next after two RMB, poor boy lunchboxes like this with a stinking one-piece vegetable? Step two is mass graves. And I'm already seeing reports about this. And these migrant workers that have not had work for years, like don't forget, Beijing and Shanghai were locked down for 3 years. Like you cannot do that with devastating economic consequences. And this was never for health or public health. It was purely to lock down civil unrest by welding them into their freaking apartments. That's why the PCR testing was so bizarre. They would test an entire floor's residents and do their mouth swabs and test them as a batch. So you're testing like 50 people's stuff at a time. And if it tests positive, all of you guys get a red notice on your app and you're stuck at your home and quarantined. So and you can force false positive with PCRs with the cycle count. So it was just like which neighborhood needs to be smacked upside the head, and you would do it on a regular basis and make everyone line up in the cold, for their 48-hour pass to walk outside. It was always about control. So, now they traded their economy for control, and talking shit with your biggest trading partner doesn't help either. So yeah, it's game over. It's game over. And then now we have the other side. We're running out of Chinese inputs, right? Like we're just dying on all sides. So you might see copper prices spike a little bit, but as a precious metals guy, there's no physical copper play here. That's for idiots, all right? Uh, ing Large ingots of copper don't do anything. You have to compete with homeless mofos trying to flip cables and stuff. It's bizarre. I've tried. I've looked. Like, do not try to play physical copper. That is for idiots. Oh, speaking of copper and penny stocks, I forgot to go over it. In my pullback article, I mean, there's three of them, right? One of them has stats on retail is suddenly very obsessed on penny stocks, specifically less than $1 penny stocks. Under $2 has a lot of pickup as well. I forgot which article. It's one of these three articles has stats on that. But that is a sign of extreme retail frothiness. It's a true bubble. And we know what CTAs have been doing, right? They've been unloading since late summer and fall of last year, and they've been doing it correctly. It's time to cash out multi-decade highs for like the Mag 7 and everybody. So, yeah, we have a lot of single stock fragility and uncertainty all across the board. So, yeah, I guess that's it. 12:20, a little bit over time, but yeah, we can call it there. Questions, comments?
What's your guess tomorrow morning? They're gonna read the report, the labor report at 5:30. What's your guess for tomorrow? What's gonna happen in the market?
Oh my God. Probably favorable, and it'll be readjusted 6 to 9 months later with the real numbers when no one's looking.
Okay.
I don't know, but yeah, hard to say. Hard to say. I don't know. We'll see tomorrow. But what's the expectation? 4.2? Okay. Yeah, we'll see. And where is Trump right now? What is he doing? Hopefully he's not on Truth Social, for the love of God.
Look, I think the entire market should compromise something with him. I think people should still allow him to tweet or send Newsmax whatever he wants during the day, but only after 1 p.m. Pacific time. You know, if he compromised on that, on tweeting after trading hours, that would be already awesome. You know, but I don't think he can control himself.
So we propose to him the art of the reciprocal deal. Like, yeah, please don't move the market until after hours, so the dark pools can do it for us.
Yeah, but you know what is interesting about this is that I remember several tweets ago. I can't remember exactly what the theme was, but he tweeted something, okay, and then the market immediately went up or down. I can't remember now, and then a few or several hours later, actually analyzed meant in terms of analytics of those numbers, what industries would be affected, what companies, national or international, whatever, then the market went the other way because then they realized that the impact would actually be different from what they initially thought. So my point is that, if he tweets during the market, it will zigzag the market in a way that is not even the truth in the beginning because the market might overreact and then 1 day later, when they finally analyzed everything, they said, "Oh shit, we made a mistake. It's the other way." So
Okay, you're
just
describing reversion of the mean and people overreacting, and that's the norm. It doesn't matter. It's just worse with Trump.
He's a high volatility president. He's gonna go down with the biggest economic depression under his watch. And my boy in Hong Kong, we just talked the other day. He said, "I've never seen someone fight so hard to catch a falling knife." And I was like, "That's beautiful." Like on foreign relations, I'd say Trump is the hero still because I still think of North Korea and Trump being there with Kim Jong-un. That took massive balls to do that. No one else has ever had the gumption to do that. But yeah, yeah, this moment. But outside of this, I'd say domestically, Trump on the second term is still not quite what we all wanted. But again, look, as human beings, we can negotiate and handle any problem in life except nuclear warheads. All right. And I feel like Kamala was going to take us to that reality, unfortunately. So, I can handle anything else, but yeah, I can't deal with bright lights, very bright lights at 2 a.m. in the morning. Like that's game over.
Hey Warren, you had before your cursor on some news there from him or tweets from him or something. It said Mike Waltz. Actually, Mike Waltz just left the White House. I don't know. I'm reading now here with you.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Which Mike Waltz is this?
oh,
Waltz? Waltz.
National Security is what it was, but it's
Okay, let's pull this up.
National Security.
I don't know this background. Let's see. Oh no, he worked for Dick Cheney. Oh, this is bad. This is bad.
That's the death of the world.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no, not good, not good.
Any-
He's Dick Cheney's
Anybody who
boy.
worked for yeah, anybody who worked for Cheney is
Uh,
death.
like, hey, Dave, who's worse, Cheney or Soros? Ooh, who has more war crimes? It's like,
I would say Dick Cheney, but
yeah, Cheney's stuff is
Soros
Soros is very,
Soros has 4 decades.
yeah, yeah.
What about Bolton? What about Bolton?
I
He's an amateur next to Soros and Cheney. He's
yeah, yeah.
taking notes when he meets with these guys. It's different. It's a different scale and magnitude and experience.
From a war's perspective, Cheney is just the hands down. Because I mean, you go look at any of the anti-war material, the amount of dollars that got flushed and the numbers of millions of
Yeah.
people that got flushed. Dev is all involved. It's crazy shit.
What is this?
It,
This is his deputy? Who is this mofo?
No, no, yeah,
Ron,
I think this guy worked for Pete Hegseth, what didn't he?
Which guy?
The
Waltz?
Bolts, yeah.
I don't know anything about this guy. Professionally, I don't know. I don't know. PAE? Is that it? No, I don't know.
Anyway,
we got a lot done in 20 minutes.
We
It's
did.
30 though. Just so you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, we'll call it here. Let me stop the
don't get
recording.
trapped.